Welcome to the Netherlands, the land of Heineken, bike paths, tulips, windmills, and so much more. If you're looking to move to the Netherlands from the US, then you've come to the right place because in this video, I'm going to go over everything you need to know to make your Dutch dreams a reality. Welcome back to the She Hit Refresh YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Cepee, rhymes with peppy from SheHitRefresh.com, and I help women aged 30 and over break free from a life of routine to move abroad or travel the world long term. And that's exactly what I did back in 2015 when I was 35. I moved from Texas to Spain, and I've been here ever since. If you're here, you're probably looking to do something similar. So I want to thank you so much for stopping by my channel. On this channel, I talk about moving abroad specifically for US citizens. And I'd love to invite you to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on any future move abroad content. The Netherlands is a welcoming country and relatively easy to transition to, especially if you're an English speaker. But before we get into everything you need to know about moving to the Netherlands, I just want to give my weekly shout out. This week's shout out comes from Stuart Thomas, who commented on my shorts. Yes, please check out my shorts if you haven't yet. I've been giving bite-sized tips and tricks to moving abroad. The short he commented on was the easiest way to move to Spain, and Stuart says, "Your content is always on point. Thank you for sharing." Well, thank you, Stuart, so much for commenting. I really appreciate your support. And if anyone out there watching would like to get a shout out on my channel, just drop a comment below or your question, and you never know, you may be the next comment I choose. All right, now let's dive into today's topic of how to move to the Netherlands from the US. So the top question I get about this topic is, can a US citizen move to the Netherlands? So the short answer is yes. Yes, if you qualify for one of the many visas offered. So the three visas that allow US citizens to live in the Netherlands are a student visa, a work visa, or the DAF permit. First up is the student visa. So if you do get accepted to a Dutch university, you will be allowed to live in the Netherlands for the duration of your studies. And you can even extend your stay by 1 year after you graduate to remain in the Netherlands and look for a job. Next up is the work visa. So I've talked about this time and time again in my videos that it is very, very difficult for US citizens to obtain a work visa in Europe. That means that the country, and in this case the Netherlands, has to do a labor market test where they have to prove that there's no one in the Netherlands or in the EU that can do the job that you're looking to be hired for. As you can imagine, that can make it quite difficult for an American to get hired. But if you're a highly skilled individual, the Netherlands, like many other countries in Europe, has a highly skilled worker visa. So this allows Dutch employers to fast-track applications for foreigners who are talented in certain specializations. Typically, those specializations are engineering, IT, and science. But I would say the most popular way for Americans to move to the Netherlands is through the DAF permit. So the DAF permit or the DAF treaty is a special arrangement between the Netherlands and the US that allows US citizens who are self-employed to live and work in the Netherlands. So if you are a freelancer, self-employed, or have your own business, this might be a great fit for you. Some of the requirements do include a business investment and proof of marketable skills. If you'd like more information on the DAF permit or any of the visas that I mentioned, please check out my digital book, I'm Outta Here, An American's Guide to Living in Europe, where I go over the 18 easiest countries to move to in Europe based on viable visa options. You'll find more information on the requirements and all the information needed to apply for these visas for the Netherlands. Question number 2 is, do I have to learn Dutch to live in the Netherlands? So while the official language in the Netherlands is Dutch, almost everyone speaks English, or so it seems so. So if you're interested in moving to a major city like Amsterdam, you can definitely get by on just English. Of course, I always encourage anyone who's moving abroad to learn the local language, but of course, this can be particularly difficult in the Netherlands when everyone seems like they speak such a high level of English. It does leave you very little incentive to learn Dutch, and also it makes it harder to practice Dutch when everybody wants to speak English with you. The good news is while Dutch might look a little intimidating, there are a lot of similarities between the English and Dutch language because they both come from Germanic roots. Number 3, where are the best places to live in the Netherlands? Let's start from the top with the world-famous capital of the Netherlands, Amsterdam. Known as the Venice of the North for its many canals, Amsterdam is also known for its narrow houses, museums, infamous red light district, and coffee shops. Also, like Venice, tourists are starting to outnumber the locals, and Amsterdam is pushing back against that over-tourism. But the perks of living in Amsterdam is that it's a diverse, multicultural city, and it's been long known to be a tolerant and progressive place. And did you know that already about 30,000 Americans live in Amsterdam? And as I mentioned before about the work visa and being highly skilled, there are tons of tech companies in Amsterdam, so this may be a place for you to look. Now, given all this, it is very important to keep in mind that Amsterdam is one of the most expensive cities in Western Europe, and it's also dealing with one of the biggest problems that many major cities in Europe are dealing with, and that is a shortage of housing, which means that housing prices are very high in the Netherlands. So if you're looking for a quieter, more affordable city, then why not check out Rotterdam? So Rotterdam is the second largest city in the Netherlands, and it's actually Europe's largest port. So it's a modern city that's located on the water and has attracted internationals from all over the world. And next up is The Hague. This is actually the Netherlands' third largest city, and it's the largest city in the Netherlands located by the sea. It's also home to the UN's International Court of Justice, as well as the government capital of the Netherlands. So you'll definitely find people from all over the world here. Next up is the cost of living, and let's talk about Amsterdam. So I previously mentioned that housing prices have skyrocketed in the Netherlands for a variety of reasons. So if you're from a medium to large size city in the US, the housing prices in Amsterdam won't scare you too much. Just to give you an example, a one-bedroom may cost you anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 a month. Now, when it comes to public transportation, Amsterdam and the Netherlands in general has an excellent public transportation system. Plus, it's much more affordable and convenient than driving a car in the city. So when it comes to utilities, things like electricity and internet are going to cost more than what you're used to paying back in the US. All right, another question I get is there free healthcare in the Netherlands? So there's no such thing as free healthcare in Europe, as healthcare is paid for by residents and citizens' taxes. But if you do move to the Netherlands, you'll most likely have to get a private plan going as a US citizen, but you can also sign up for the public plan, and that should run you about 100 euros a month. All right, and the last question here is, can Americans retire in the Netherlands? While there are many perks to retiring in the Netherlands, you have everything from a better quality of life, top-notch healthcare that is affordable, and living in a country with a low crime rate. The problem is that there is not a specific retirement visa to move to the Netherlands. So if you do manage to find a way to live in the Netherlands legally for 5 years, you can then apply for permanent residency, which would allow you to live there as a retiree if you can prove that you have the funds to support yourself without working. All right, and that's it. I hope you found this video useful, and if you're interested in moving to the Netherlands, let me know what your questions are below. And of course, as always, if you need more resources, please check out my digital book, I'm Outta Here, an American's ultimate visa guide to living in Europe, where I go over the 18 easiest countries to move to based on viable visa options. You'll find the Netherlands in there, as well as 17 other countries, and you'll find detailed information on over 50 visa options to help you with your move abroad. And of course, if you need more help with moving abroad and like to work with me, I would love to work with you. Please check below. I'll drop some links of how we can work together. And if you're a woman aged 30 and over, please join my free Facebook group, She Hit Refresh, where you'll meet over 10,000 like-minded women, and you'll find tons of resources, information, and inspiration to help you with your move abroad. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on any move abroad content.